Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with KORY. We're going to start this morning by putting a little bow on a topic that we last talked about a few weeks ago, the new construction home that the experienced builders put so much time, effort, and love and thought into in Brookings. And we put it on the market. The first day that the agents in Brookings toured it, we received an offer, got it put together, and we're on towards closing. Could not be more thrilled and excited about how that project all came together and the comments that we received from the agents in Brookings, as well as the number of people that toured the open house. So potentially that leads to more business being done by the experienced builders in Brookings. First, we have a few projects in Sioux Falls that we're putting together. We'll talk a lot more about those in the coming months as we get them closer to completion. But big things ahead for the experienced builders. Just continue that momentum and building really a solid foundation for a company that is going to do even more big things down the line. So we're really excited about that. The main topic that I want to touch on today, we're going to start it and you're going to go, KORY, really? Again? But our marketing guru, Nikki Weber, took a position away from the experience and moved on to another company. She's still producing this episode, so her handiwork is still going to be on Coffee with KORY, and which may also seem odd to some of you that Nikki moves on to another company, and yet she's still an integral part of our company. But I'm proud that that's the relationship that we have. I was involved every step of the way as Nikki was seeking this position that she ultimately landed. And you know, I will say this: when you have team members and you value them so much as I do with Nikki, and as we talked about 3 or 4 weeks ago with our office manager, Don DeLang, you know, you have those team members and you value what they bring to your company, but you also value them as people. And that is the element that I always try to focus on when I have a team member that has an opportunity to enrich their lives, whether it be professionally or personally. I support them 1,000%, and I always will, because the greater, larger picture is always about what team members are going to accomplish in their lives and what they're striving to do. And we're at the experience. Our company is not about trying to fit people in and keep them rolling at the experience if that's not what's best for them for the future. So I'm so very proud of you, Nikki. I reflected on that this week. Wednesday was Nikki's last day, and ironically enough, on Nikki's last day, we had our big client event that we talked about last week, the Chill on the Hill, which was a rousing success. We had a ton of people there. It was so much fun. And Nikki put everything together, made it all happen, had everything organized and set up when we got there, which once again, just shows the kind of person that she is. She finished strong at the experience, and as I also referenced, producing Coffee with KORY still, so just continues to lend her talents to us, which we really appreciate. But back to her last day, as I saw her clean out her office and walk out of our doors, it kind of harkened me back to when Jossie and I dropped off Cassidy at college for the first time and left that day. It was, you know, you knew it was coming, and you're excited for them and hopeful of all the things that they're going to accomplish. But obviously, it's still a little sad when that day comes and you go, wow, there's a chapter that's closing and a new one's beginning. And I have gotten to the point now over these last couple of days where now it's more about the excitement for what's ahead for Nikki, and then having us be able to continue pushing things forward for the experience. So I appreciate that very much. maybe a good segue to my brand new coffee cup that Nikki left for me with a very thoughtful note, which we're going to get to in just a minute. But a month or so ago, a good friend of mine, completely unsolicited, I'm going through messages that morning. My friend is an early riser as well. It was probably 5:30 or 6 in the morning. And I get this message that says, one of your superpowers, Kory Davis, is looking for the strengths in people rather than their weaknesses. And he had been, my friend had been meditating on some scripture, and there was some scripture from the Apostle Paul that went into that, seeking and looking for the strengths and the good in people rather than the things that they lack. And it was very flattering to me that he feels like that. That is something that I always strive to do. And I was going to reference that on Coffee with Kory, and then there just never seemed to be that right time. And then as I read this note that Nikki left me with the coffee cup, thanking me for her time at the experience, she made reference that there's times when I saw things in her and saw her strengths when she wasn't necessarily believing in them herself. And it took me back to that kind note that I received from my friend a month or so ago, and it helps me focus on that from my own perspective, that if that's something that I've had any amount of success in doing, I want to make sure that I continue to do that and look for the good, look for the strengths in those that are around me. And I'm hopeful that all of you will do the same, and we'll just keep pushing everything here forward, and go out, have yourself a great week, and I hope to see you next week at Coffee with Kory.